Hey everybody, this is Jimmy with the Unusual Mind, watching bad movies so you don't have to. On this episode of Behind the B Movie, we take a look at the 1988 supernatural horror monster movie Pumpkinhead. So, make sure to raise some demons because we are going deep in the woods to meet Witch Haggis. Pumpkinhead is a 1988 American horror film. It was the directorial debut of special effects artist Stan Winston. Winston was born on April 7, 1946 in Richmond, Virginia. He was a prolific special effects artist working on The Terminator, Aliens, Predator, Jurassic Park, Iron Man, and many, many more. While working on Parasite in 1982, Winston began considering the possibility of directing a feature film himself. The chance arose when producers of De Laurentiis Entertainment Group sent Winston a copy of a script for a low-budget horror film entitled Pumpkinhead. The story was inspired by the eponymous poem written by Ed Justin, also the film's writer. Winston realized that he could actually direct the film. He recalled in The Winston Effect, "It was a small picture, something I thought I could handle as a director. I felt there was a lot that I could bring to the story. So I told the producers, yeah, I'll do the creature, but only if I can direct the movie." Gary Guarani and Mark Patrick Carducci, original co-writers of the film, considered more than just one conceptual version of the creature. With Winston's involvement, Pumpkinhead began gravitating towards the duo's original idea, which in turn had been inspired by Lovecraft, combined with elements of later ideas. Guarani elaborated, "Mark and I played around with the revenge demon as a Lovecraftian scary monster, like one of those Super 8 projects. Then we got sidetracked into an interesting area. A lot of people thought it was called Pumpkinhead. It's gotta have a pumpkin for a head. We got to trying to do the Sleepy Hollow type character where the witch would tell Ed Hardy to go to a graveyard, dig up a corpse, cut off the head, bring it back, and in the meantime she's carving out this pumpkin with evil eyes. And then when he brings the body back, she brings it to life. When Stan got involved, you've got arguably the greatest creature maker around. You're not going to tell him simply put a pumpkin on a human body, so we got back to the Lovecraftian idea. It's still a bloated head, and we even threw in an extra line in the film about how he comes from an old pumpkin patch in the graveyard." The film follows a group of teens as they travel through the rural South on a road trip. While goofing around on their dirt bikes, they accidentally hit the son of a local farmer, resulting in the son's death. The farmer, angry and vengeful, ventures deep into forest to make a pact with a mysterious witch. She summons the demon Pumpkinhead to inflict terrible vengeance upon the teens. Winston expanded the script with themes inspired by Forbidden Planet, one of his favorite science fiction films. He explained, "The essence of Forbidden Planet was the monster of the id. Ultimately, what killed everyone was this creature that had been created out of the subconscious mind. That concept had always grabbed me. I wanted to bring some of that into Pumpkinhead. On the surface, Pumpkinhead is a demon that a witch conjures up, but at a deeper level, Pumpkinhead is an extension of Ed Harley. By the end of the film, Ed comes to understand that the only way to kill Pumpkinhead is to kill himself. That's the story I wanted to tell." The film stars Lance Hendrickson, John Aquino, Jeff East, and Carrie Remsen. Hendrickson was a notable character actor, having appeared in The Terminator, Aliens, and Near Dark, so he was a natural fit for the film. Hendrickson had a set of dentures made to give him more of a rural look. He also gathered all his own props and wardrobe, including a World War II pump-action shotgun, his cap worn throughout the film, and the silver dollars he gives to the Witch Haggis. Hendrickson gathered all the silver dollars by visiting several pawn shops in the area. He said that most of them fell through the floorboards of the shack, where they still may lie today. Hendrickson has also appeared in the Hellraiser franchise, where he appeared in Hellraiser Hellworld in 2005 as the host. He would go on to have a long-spanning career in both film and TV, appearing in Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme. John DeQuino would go on to have a long career as an actor in various TV shows, including Quantum Leap, Seinfeld, as well as the movie No Way Out with Kevin Costner. Jeff East got his start acting in the wonderful world of Disney and appeared as young Clark Kent in the original Superman movie. He appeared in various TV shows like Doogie Howser and MASH and has had various parts over the years. If Carrie Remston looks familiar, that's because she was in Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. And let's not forget our canine co-workers. That's right, the dog actor Mushroom, who played Ed Harley's dog Gypsy, also played Barney in Gremlins in 1984. Given that Winston was pretty busy with his directing duties, he gave free reins regarding design to artists Alec Gillis, Shane Mahan, John Rosengrant, and Tom Woodruff, the last of whom also wore the Pumpkinhead suit and had portrayed the alien in Aliens in 1986 and Alien 3 in 1992. Winston's experience regarding creature work enabled the effects not to use too much of the limited $3 million budget. Durrani elaborated on the conceptual approach to the creature. We wanted it to seem like another life from another dimension. Like the famous line, magic is just another person's science. What we view as magic is another realm of existence we're not aware of yet. That's how Stan and his sculptors approached Pumpkinhead. Like he's conforming to the physical laws of somebody else's universe. Maybe what we perceive as hell is simply an alien environment or a dimension filled with exotic, ultra-vicious life forms. The Pumpkinhead suit was cast from foam latex with spandex embedded to enhance the suit's durability, whereas the claws were cast from a translucent resin. For reasons of budget, the creature's suit hands were posable, but not articulated. Both fully articulated heads and stunt heads were built to be mounted on the suit, right above the performer's actual head. This increased the monster's height. Pumpkinhead's digitigrade leg design also dictated that a system of leg extensions would be employed. They were devised by Richard Landon and used in combination with a harness due to the design. We never really intended the extensions to be weight supporting so that I'd be able to walk on two legs, Woodruff said. The idea was always that we'd have some sort of rig system to take some of the weight off, because we didn't want to build them up so big that we'd have to make them bulky. We wanted to keep everything really sleek in design. Pumpkinhead's leg extensions were among the first to be successfully employed in a film. The technology used to build and use them was developed by Boss Film Studios Research for their unsuccessful attempt with the original Predator. The scenes with Pumpkinhead shot from the waist up did not need to employ the extensions, and as such, the performers simply walked on platforms to maintain the illusion of the creature's height. Durrani commented, "What's interesting is Predator originally had Pumpkinhead's legs, these satyr-like legs, and it was difficult for him to walk, which is why the film you only see quick glimpses. You really only see him walking in a church, and that's because the stilts are off. The Predator has a lot of running around to do, so that's why Pumpkinhead was given that unwieldy leg arrangement. It works pretty well, I think." To avoid wear and tear on the suit, Woodruff was glued into it at the start of the shoot day and remained in the foam rubber construct for up to 8 hours at a time. This film, orphaned by the bankruptcy of the De Laurentiis Entertainment Group, eventually earned a spotty release when acquired by United Artists, which tested the film under the alternative title, Vengeance, the Demon. The film was given a limited release theatrically in the United States and United Artists in October 1988, and again in January 1989. In total, it grossed $4,385,516 at the domestic box office. The film was released on VHS in the US by MGM UA Home Entertainment May 1989, and again in April 1995. MGM released the film on DVD twice, once in 2000 as a standard edition, and again in 2008 in a 20th year edition featuring auto commentary and over an hour of featurettes, which was released on Blu-ray September 2014. Dave Kerr of the Chicago Tribune wrote, "As a technician, Winston clearly knows how to make a monster, but as a director, he's yet to learn how to bring one to life." In a 1992 retrospective, John Nalick of the Los Angeles Times described it as a well-executed film in a genre that is littered with dim-witted slasher flicks. Bloody Disgusting rated the film a 4 out of 5 stars and called it a gothic story of love, loss, vengeance, and redemption. Despite its poor box office results, Pumpkinhead has become a cult film. In 2013, Tyler Toupee included Pumpkinhead in his list of underrated horror killers at FearNet, and Fangoria included it in their 101 best horror movies you've never seen. A sequel, Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings, was released directly to video in 1994. Two additional sequels, Pumpkinhead Ashes to Ashes and Pumpkinhead Blood Feud, were filmed in 2006 as made-for-television movies. They were broadcast on Sci-Fi in October 2006 and on February 10, 2007, respectively. In 1991, Geometric Design Incorporated produced and marketed the first licensed Pumpkinhead model kit. The model kit was sculpted by American artist Randy Bowen. The kit was discontinued when Geometric Design released its Pumpkinhead The Metamorphosis kit in 1994, sculpted by Japanese artist Takayuki Takeya. The second kit was based on the Pumpkinhead sequel story written by Carducci and Gerani. In 1993, Dark Horse Comics published a Pumpkinhead comic book series called Pumpkinhead: The Rites of Exorcism. The comic was supposed to be a 4-part miniseries, but only 2 issues were published. The second one ended in a cliffhanger, leaving readers with the prospect of a winged Pumpkinhead that would have appeared in the 3rd issue. Dynamite Entertainment began publishing a 5-issue Pumpkinhead limited series written by Cullen Boone and illustrated by Blackie Shepherd in February 2018. Pumpkinhead has had an influence on underground hip-hop as well, as artist Pumpkinhead takes his alias from the title of the film. Overall, Pumpkinhead is one of the best examples of a modern monster movie out there. Similar to the classics, it utilizes mood and atmosphere to achieve its horror, while still delivering the kills and gore necessary for an 80s slasher flick. The special effects and creature designs still hold up over 30 years later, and the acting is still better than most in this genre. Even though it is set up as a teens getting killed in the woods movie, it still deals with difficult topics such as grief, loss, and revenge in a mature and allegorical way. You see the moral gray area and the consequences of the choices that you just can't take back. And this has been Jimmy with The Unusual Mind. Make sure to give this video a like, a subscribe, and share it with anybody you know who might want to go treading around the old pumpkin patch.